Hello everybody, sorry about the wait. This right here, there's a story about this. And I've been waiting to take this off in front of you guys. If you're not from the UK, this is a medical band. I'm not going to show you any details on it, but yeah. So, this is a drink review of Coca-Cola Lemon. I saw this about 2 weeks ago. Just after the time the Burger King video came out. And you guys really liked that. By the way, Dr. Antonio, I see you simp for me. Please do not class this as an insult to you. I class your taste as a bit off, but thank you very much for simping for me. Oh, and I'm not doing the AMA yet, but I want to answer your question. If a sexy sort of wizard came to me, or sort of Scarlet Witch kind of wizard came to me, and said you can either have £1,000 at Aldi, or a piece of lasagna every day for a whole year, I'd take the lasagna. Because a lasagna is good, but also, if it's a fresh lasagna, you can probably freeze it. And you got a couple of years worth of lasagna. If you've got 365 days worth of lasagna, you can freeze some of it and eat it for a long time. Now, I know, but hey ho. Right, back to the lemon. Coke Lemon. Sparkling lemon flavour soft drink with plant extract and clean sugar. Yeah. So this has been in the fridge for a couple of day or so. Smells shock and bloody awe lemony. I don't know how to feel about that. It's a very natural lemon flavour. It's a weak lemon. I wouldn't say it's a weak lemon flavour. I've had weaker, whereas somebody said lemonade and you just get something that's slightly flavoured water. You are tasting lemon. Now, it's not Tesco lemon sorbet lemon where it's citric acid, but I don't know, it kind of overpowers the Coke a little. It's weird, I've got to give it that. It's novel. Would I take it over regular Coke? No. It's refreshing without... Now, I know Coke doesn't have a burn, but there is a... How shall I put this? There is a piquancy. Oh no, that's not quite the right word, but there is a sort of flavour to Coke. This doesn't have that. This has something else. Now this is a damn good... I reckon this would be a damn good mixer. It sort of reminds me of something that I had, but I can't quite place my finger on it. I've got more of the stuff if you want, but it's not undrinkable. It's definitely not undrinkable. If somebody gave this to you and said, yeah, here, try this, you're not going to be disappointed. It's not like somebody handed you a Red Bull. I don't think have I ever actually tried a Red Bull. I've tried a Monster. I know I've got that on this channel. I've tried a Monster, I've tried a Riviron thing, drinks-wise. I'll actually put links, well, I'll put it in the playlist. I've got a long playlist that you guys can go through. But I don't think my normal fans or my normal subscribers are going to be interested in about the playlist. They're going to be interested in why was I in hospital and what does this mean for the channel going forward. Right. Reason I was in hospital is because 4 years ago I made a mistake. Wasn't an intentional one. I thought I was doing myself a favour. I have made a mistake. And I have literally damaged myself, but not... It is a permanent damage. I will live forever like this. But it is something that, frankly, I never noticed, and it's not something that... Now, if you're familiar with this symbol, that is the Vulcan salute. I'm still not feeling well, so I should... That's why my hand's shaking a bit. Right? I used to do this with this hand. I can't do it anymore. So 4 years ago, around the time my dad passed on, I had an emotional week, as you can probably tell, and I stopped taking my medication. That's been a mistake. And about, what was it? I came out on Friday, I was in on Thursday, and I went in halfway through Wednesday. So, halfway through well, let's start this properly. 2 weeks ago, when I said my channel's pausing for a minute, I was having a coughing fit. Basically, every few seconds I would cough. Basically, I couldn't do any videos. Over that week, I was feeling a little lethargic. I thought, it's just me getting over this cough. I'd recently had a COVID jab. And just thought, oh, I'm just getting over this cough. Then the week that we're just coming out of came in. And I felt awful. It's difficult to explain. I had a neurologist come around. That's someone who, I think that's the, not the immune system, but the muscle system. I don't know, but one of the people came around and said, your strength is there, it's just the coordination's gone. I'll explain why that's interesting in a minute. And what I was having trouble with, I couldn't get upstairs. You know, all the videos I do are upstairs. I couldn't get upstairs. I didn't feel like I was safe going upstairs. I can walk upstairs, middle of the staircase, not in the handle. Banister, in other words. And I was not doing that well. And by Wednesday, Tuesday, I decided to thought, it'd be a great idea to eat 2 pizzas. They have a special in Pizza Hut where you can basically get 2 pizzas. Came downstairs, bit shaky, but came down. Ate the sides, which was a mac and cheese, that was nice. Some chicken wedges, chicken strips, and I just didn't fancy those pizzas. Now that is not a good sign for me. Not a good sign at all. But I thought, meh, I'll go to the next day. Next day, and I had more trouble going downstairs. As soon as I put my feet on the floor, I felt pain in the sole of my foot, and I knew I was in trouble. So, what I did was call GP, and they said, right, come over. I drove over. That was, I'm sort of, that's interesting. I'll tell you about that in a sec. And they said, okay, we don't know what's going on. We want you to go for blood tests. I said, oh, great, I can drive. They said, we don't think you should drive. Oh, dear. So, there I was in a pair of shorts and a shirt. I was reasonably dressed, but the shorts were a bit mucky. They weren't really... not really supposed to be seen by the public, but there were nothing, no bad stains, nothing white stainish, okay? But, yeah, I know that's stupid, but it was a bit of salsa down the side, nothing really. And then they said, I was thinking, right, get the blood test done, and they say they're going to probably spike me with some sort of steroids and say, go home, you idiot, and get on the rheumatology pipeline. Fine. That's what I thought was going to happen. And I went in, you're going to EMU, yeah, what? Okay, wherever that is, whatever that is. I didn't realise what that was until I got there. Emergency medical something unit, and they basically put a cannula, I think that's the term for it, in here, in one of my veins. So basically they could pump stuff in if they needed to. And I thought, oh God. Thankfully, I had my phone with me. I had a good friend, but I didn't realise he was off doing something at the time. I just texted him and said, right, can you just call me? I'm in the hospital and running low on battery. I'm going to turn the phone off. And I turned the phone off. And they said, you're staying in for the rest of the night. And I thought, oh, wow. What the hell's wrong with me? Basically, they had a chest, not an MRI. No, it wasn't an MRI. It was my dad had one. No, what was it? It was a ECG, electrocardiogram, I think. I don't think that's quite the right term. But basically, what they did was, told me to take my shirt off, and I immediately apologised to any nursing staff for ruining their day. And they put these things on me and put, like, tabs so that they could measure my heart. They thought something was wrong with the heart, and it was just like, no, wasn't the heart. And then they put other stuff on me, different ones that were in places and had plugs, not actually in, but sort of stuck on. And the different ones are just like, right, fine, we're going to get you into a bed. They put me around the blood pressure monitor, and there I was. And thought, I'll be out by Thursday. Nope. Nope. They said, oh, you've got to go for a chest x-ray. Yeah, fine, chest x-ray. I've had them before, they're easy. And they thought it was something interesting. Guillain-Barré. Now, I'm not going to explain it too much, but it was an interesting idea that they had, that since I had had the COVID jab about 2 weeks ago, and my muscles seemed to have degenerated quickly, they thought it was an immune disease caused by the jab. And one of the doctors, I'll call her a doctor, but she was a doctor. Let's give her. I will call her. Oh, if you've ever seen House, she is still a doctor, but she is below House. She's Cutty, not Cuddy. It's been a long time since I've seen House, but she's one of the attending doctors in House's team, sort of thing. That sort of level of doctor. They know what they're talking about. And they said, we might need to take a lumbar puncture. And I said, I know what that is. I've seen House. Now, I'm going to explain this to you. You can look it up yourself. What it is you go on they put you on your side. You've got to take most of your garments off, apart from your truck pants, of course, and they poke a needle in your spine to see if there's any fluid, and test the spinal fluid. And I thought, oh my God, it's just like, I wasn't scared. It was more, oh my God, I've got a house disease. Now, if you know what that means, it's sort of, I've got something that you could pretty much put in a House episode and it wouldn't sound out of place. It was one of those kinds of diseases that you go, I've seen House, but I haven't heard that episode yet. I'll have to see if it ever gets mentioned. But yeah, it sounded that good. And I wasn't particularly overjoyed that I was having this trouble, but hey, it would be something. It would be, I could say I've had a lumbar puncture. Well, that didn't happen. They tested my blood. Not from the spine, they never did that. They tested my blood, and all that they said was, you need to be back on your meds. Now, I've been off my meds for 4 years. The rheumatology team come around on a Friday, so you've got to stay until Friday. I was like, right, fine. And I stayed until Friday, and this is a bit sickening. I shouldn't have really done this, but I wanted to get out of there. Somebody said, are you going to have a wash, Mr. Turner? And I said, I would have a wash, but the risk of me missing the rheumatology people is too high. Can I have some wet wipes? And and I didn't have any spray on deodorant at the time, unfortunately. But I just wanted to just get a little bit cleaner. So I had a bit of a sort of wet wipe bath. Not a sponge bath from one of the nurses, but a little wet wipe bath just to so I was a little bit cleaner. But yeah, so I came back on Friday. My mate picked me up. I owe him a lot for that. God, trying to order a taxi is a pain in the butt. But hey ho, next time I'll use Uber or I'll use him. He said, no, next time use me. But I thought I was going to go to the GP and go, yeah, fine, right, go to the hospital and just get some blood tests done and then go back home and see what happens. But no, you're staying in here. What they've done is why I'm feeling so better at the moment when I'm talking to you like this. They've given me some steroids, which has basically perked me up. They've got me on a sliding scale of steroids, so basically I'm going to slowly taper down. So, and by that time I should be on my normal, whatever they decide to do medication-wise. Frankly, I don't care if they make me sterile, make me bald, as long as I can see, I'm going to be happy. But that is why everything went turtle, pear-shaped on the channel. Now, what does this mean for the channel? Why is this changing things on the channel? Well, you're going to see a lot more videos from the GoPro. You are going to see approximately 0 TF2 for the moment, I'm afraid. I am going to try and concentrate on getting this house on the market before December this year. I have had enough. I have been stupid for the past 4 years. I have been getting sicker and sicker and not realising it. People have said, you should go back on your tablets. I said, no, I'm fine. No, I've been getting sicker. I'm getting weaker. I've been making a big mistake. Oh, shit. I really should finish this review, shouldn't I? Would I recommend this Coke? Would I recommend lemon Coke? Yes, if you don't want something that has the bite of Coke. It doesn't have the bite of Coke. It has the bite of stale Coke, but it's not stale, but it's lemon. I know what it is. Right. You put a bunch of lemons in a glass of Coke and leave it there for 10 minutes. Keep it chilled, but leave it there for 10 minutes. That's what this tastes like. Would I recommend it? I'm not going to say it's the worst thing out there. But if regular Coke's on offer or this, go the regular Coke. But if you want something lighter than a Coke, I'd go for this. I don't know how I'm going to feel about this. But is it good? If you see a single can, give it a try. You're not going to lose much. You're just going to lose the cost of the can. Is it bad? No. Is it good? I've had worse things. I've had a lot worse things. Trust me that some of the things that people think are tasty, like, I think I had a lemon version. I've got to check on this. I'm not sure. A lemon version of a Monster Energy. That was disgusting. but I stayed up for 5 days straight. That was many moons ago. I do look a lot different from them. So yeah, 5 out of 10. I'm sorry, Goat, but I'm not sure this is going to stick around. I know they got a Coke Cherry. I'm not going to even try it. I don't want to know. Because cherry is basically the taste you get from Red Bull. I'm not a fan of Red Bull. I've never even tried it, but I'm not a fan. I really am not a fan. So, sorry. Back to where we were. What does this mean for the channel? Well, I can watch stuff. So in other words, if I'm watching like some of my mates streaming, that's fine. I will not be streaming until this house is on the market. Now, we are not saying this is going to be a 3-week job. We are not saying this is going to be... I don't know. By the end of the year, the house should be on the market, if not sold. Now, I'm not saying sold. It should be on the market, unless something really catastrophic happens. I'm hoping it's not going to happen. This is the biggest wake-up call I've had in years. This was stupid of me. So, yeah. I will be doing a lot more of this kind of content, where I'm eating stuff and trying new things. Unfortunately, before I got ill, I bought something. I'm not going to say what it is, because it was actually quite an interesting thing, and I hope I can find it again. It was in Sainsbury's, and I was just like, I looked at it, I thought, what the hell is that? I didn't know, I knew you could eat them, but I didn't know where you could get them from. So if I can go to Sainsbury's again, I think hopefully